Hello, we are back again. Today is the 28th of February. We're right at the end of February. So we just want to do a market recap to look at the week that we had and see what was the performance like in the course of this week. So if we look at the market cap movement, the global cryptocurrency as of the 27th of February was sitting at about $3.23 trillion, reflecting a 3.3% increase from the last 24 hours since the 26th. However, earlier in the week, the market experienced a significant downturn, a $300 billion wipe out between February 24th to the 25th, suggesting that the market cap had dropped approximately about 3.33 trillion on February 23rd to around 3 trillion by February 25th. The data shows that the market was back at 3.23 trillion, aligning with the stabilization as we had noted. The market sentiment plunged and we saw extreme fear in terms of our fear index sitting at about 29. The key events really that were drivers, if you look between the 24th and the 25th, the market crash, we saw a sharp sell-off that erased about 300 billion from the market cap, with Bitcoin plunging to below 87,000 USD and Ethereum facing significant losses. This was likely driven by the macroeconomic uncertainty, including US tariff concerns under the Trump administration, as it was noted. But also it could have been also driven by the issues of the Binance exchange hack that we know. So institutional interest on BTC and Ethereum ETFs slowed during the correction, with on-chain data showing a reduced exchange reserve as holders moved to cold storage. On the 27th, there were some recovery signs. Bitwise analysts highlighted extreme bearish sentiment as a potential for capitulation point, suggesting a rebound could be imminent. But if you look at the fundamental matrices, the dominance of BTC was still high at 58.3%, reinforcing the role as a safe haven despite this volatility that we were seeing in the market. Ethereum struggled with DeFi and the NFT markets as they shared losses to competitors like Solana. Solana, Sui, and XRP, their ecosystem developments had a lot of activities from the meme coins. If you look at Solana, there was the ETF filing and XRP, the payment utilities, and these influenced their resilience to this volatility as well, because there were a lot of activities that were taking place, right? If you look at Bitcoin's price movement, by the 23rd of February, the price was sitting at $96,282. By the 25th, it was sitting at $89,024. And it was down by 7% on the daily move. On the 28th of February, Bitcoin was at $78,000. And this was bearish. Week over week, approximately 19% was the downward trend of Bitcoin. If you looked at from 96,282 to 78,000. The key levels for support was $78,000, which was roundabout the low on the 28th, which is today, and the resistance roundabout $90,000, which was tested on the 25th. The RSI likely is oversold as we stand today on the 28th of February, given the steep decline that we have noted. So there is a potential for bouncing back to about $85,000 if the support holds. I say now, at the moment, it's around $82,000. If you look at the price movement on Ethereum, on the 23rd of February, Ethereum was at $2,799.46. At 25th, it was at $2,425.05, which was down by 9.5% on a daily chart if you consider the daily trend. And then on the 28th, which is today, sitting at around 2,100. On week over week, approximately it's been 25% down from $2,799.46 to about 2,100. And the key support level for Ethereum is 2,100 with a resistance sitting at 2,500. So there is a bearish momentum with a possible consolidation phase on Ethereum. However, the risk of a further decline to 2,000 unless the buying pressure increases still remains. On Solana, the price action has been that on the 23rd, Solana was at $171.34. On the 25th of February, it was at $138.98, down by 12.7% on a daily tracking. And then by today, which is the 28th of February, it's sitting at $130. So week over week, approximately, it's gone down by 24% from $171.34 to about $130. So the key level is 130 as a support, and the resistance is sitting at 115. So the indicators are showing that it's oversold, and likely by the 28th of February, which is today, we could see a rebound. And that rebound, we will see it if the price range goes to about $150. And there, the key support in the ecosystem is things like the meme coins and other utilities on the Solana ecosystem. SUI, if we look at price movement on the 22nd of February, SUI was sitting at $3.35. But then, however, on the 28th, we see that the price trend seems to have been 20% down, sitting at $2.68. Week on week, yes, it's a 20% downward move. And the key support levels for SUI, it's $2.50, and the resistance is sitting at $3. So on a speculative recovery, we expect it to recover to $3, and that will be based on if gaming sees adoption. So because SUI ecosystem is very good in terms of supporting the gaming narrative. All of the price movement on Cardano is on the 25th. Cardano was sitting at about 6 cents, down by 10.79% on a daily. And from the 27th, Cardano was sitting at 67 cents. So as this sit today, it's sitting at 6 cents. And therefore, the week over week performance is 15% down. And this is estimated from the baseline of 7 cents, if you are looking. The key support is sitting at 6 cents, and the resistance is sitting at 75 cents. And the indicators here for the consolidation or the bullish divergence that we're looking at. And therefore, there's a possibility that Cardano could rebound all the way to 8 cents with the ETF news that are looming. So we're hoping that those will be drivers. If we go to XRP, the price movement on XRP on the 22nd, it was sitting at $2.59. And on the 25th, it was sitting at $2.57. And on the 28th, we are looking at about $2.05. And all week over week, really approximately has been 3.5% down from the $2.60 all the way to $2.50. And the key support level really for XRP is $2.50 against the resistance of $2.60. So your support is sitting in between those. And currently the indicators are neutral. And if the pairs are not experiencing volatility, we hope that at least there will be a hold in terms of its support level. And the stability, we would expect it if there is the adoption of the payment system, as we've seen in South America, how XRP has been adopted. The price range could be around about $2.70. So if you look in summary, like the performance, Bitcoin lost about 19% this week, Ethereum 25%, Sol 24%, SUI 20%, Cardano 15%, and XRP 3.5%. So the upcoming events for the next week from the 7th of March, what we're looking at on the 1st of March, there's the ETH Denver 2025. And that's the major Web3 event with hackathons and DeFi activities. And this could impact, or we hope it would lift the price of ETH from the 2,100 that we see and Solana from the $130 with the new dApps being launched. And then if we look at the test tokens, the TST, so there's the post-ban reaction. We're expecting that after the 21st of February banning, that the market response will be to stabilize, and the impact will be if the sentiment is influenced by maybe Cardano at 6 cents and SUI at $2.68, we could see a rebound of TST as well, or holding stability. On the 4th of March, there's the Stable Summit 2, at ETH Denver, and the stablecoin adoption will be part and parcel of the discussions there. And what we expect there is some positivity towards ETH, as well as potentially maybe for XRP, if XRP is sitting at around $2.50 in payments. And then on March 5th, Bitcoin investors mixer will also be taking place at ETH Denver. And there it will be a BTC focused network event. So there we hope that the impact could see a push towards $85,000 with funding news, maybe that would be announced, impacting then the price of Bitcoin and recovery of Bitcoin. On March 6th, it's the Real World Assets Day, also at ETH Denver. And there it will really be the summit that talks about the real world asset tokenizations. And therefore, we hope it may boost SOI to about $2.68 and maybe Solana to about $130 in niche applications within that ecosystem on the real world assets. On March 7, what we're seeing there, we're looking at the technical trigger points, to be honest with you. And there, the analysts should keep an eye on consolidation by the end of this week. And we're hoping that BTC and altcoins could also rally if support levels hold. And therefore, if we just recap what has happened in the week of the 23rd till the 28th, the week that we just are finishing up, the market crashed midweek between the 24th and the 25th, with Bitcoin dropping 19% to about $78,000. ETH dropped 25% to about 2,100. Solana dropped 24% to about $130. SOI dropped 20% to about $2.68. Cardano dropped by 15% to about 60 cents. And XRP dropped by 3.5% to about $2.50. And the recovery, we saw some recovery on the 7th of February, which was yesterday, with the market cap going back to about 3.23 trillion. So the next week, we are really looking forward to the ETH Denver events. And therefore, we think that at least we would expect an impact to tokens like Solana, Ethereum, BTC, same as ADA and XRP. And also, if the SEC still provide positive news on the application for the exchange traded fund on Cardano and XRP or ADA and XRP, we expect that these also will provide some positive lift and relief for the market. So that's the market update with regards to how our week progressed this week. It's important for us to take into account that we've survived this week on the basis of what we have been analyzing about the market movements, but also the fundamentals that we had used to discuss the point where the market is at, and therefore how to interpret the fundamentals in terms of the dynamics that are taking place in the market and also correlate them with the technicals. President Trump still continues to talk about the tariffs, and the market still has jitters, and it creates very unsettling and uncomfortable market sentiment. Hence, you are seeing the movement on liquidity. But however, crypto-specific market, we've just had 7 days back last Friday, the biggest hacking that took place on Bybit, where about 1.5, 1.4 billions worth of Ethereum was stolen. It was just over 400,000 Ethereum tokens that were stolen in a transfer from a cold storage to the exchange. And this is expected that it's supposed to be the Lazarus hackers group, which is a governmental hacking group from North Korea. We know that there's been bounties and a lot of things that players in the market and the specialists are trying to do to try and follow through this. And this has had an impact on Ethereum because they stole Ethereum, so therefore they would dump Ethereum in their quest to convert the Ethereum into fiat or stablecoin, but whatever form that they will be able to take and transact out there. So these events have really had an impact in terms of the crypto market, the performance of our market, and what you are seeing in terms of the capitulation in the market. But also, this has provided an opportunity for the mid to long-term traders who are looking at accumulation, because where you look at the prices at the moment, the prices are at the best possible prices for long-term investors into the market. So please make sure that you follow all the episodes that we've provided, and therefore you follow some of those trigger points that we've said you must look at, things like the volume, things like the RSI, things like the moving averages, things like the support and resistance, for you to see, certainly volume, you would look at the market cap, so that you are able to see when there is liquidity coming into the market, and therefore you would know that prices will start to stabilize. But the truth is we are in the accumulation phase. So we're in the phase where things are starting to accumulate, and therefore take this into account and make sure that you set up your trades and you follow further research around the narratives of your interest, so that by the time you get into the market, at least you get into the market at the right time. Thank you for being with us. Thank you for watching our videos and following us. We hope the advice that we provide is helpful. Take that into account. Yes, we've also provided in the previous episodes what will constitute a bullish scenario, what will constitute a bearish scenario, so that you know how to look at the trigger points that will show you exactly where the market is moving. I wish you a wonderful and relaxed weekend that is as profitable as all the days of the week. Cheers for now. See you in the next episodes. Bye.